What's up, guys? This is the network back with another video, and today we are talking about 4 websites where you can actually find free or extremely low-cost government-seized properties and assets. Now, when I say government-seized properties, I am talking about real assets that were taken by the government from individuals or companies who defaulted on loans, had criminal cases, or just failed to pay their taxes. And the crazy part is, the government does not hold on to these assets forever. They auction them off, and you can find deals that are pennies on the dollar if you know where to look. The first site you need to know about is called GSAauctions.gov. This is one of the most active auction platforms for government assets on the internet. On Gov Deals, you will find everything from cars and buses to office furniture, computers, real estate, and even heavy machinery. I have seen entire properties listed for the price of a used car. And when you start browsing, you realize just how much is available if you're looking for something to flip or even something to keep for your own business. This site is a goldmine. The second site is GSAauctions.com. This is run by the General Services Administration, and it is one of the most official ways to pick up government surplus. You can literally find vehicles, land, commercial properties, and even aircraft on this site. A lot of people sleep on it because they think you need to be a dealer or some kind of government insider to participate, but that is not true. Anyone can bid, you just have to register, and once you are in, you are competing with other investors, and sometimes you can scoop things for next to nothing. The third site is USMarshals.gov. This one is interesting because it is tied directly to federal seizures from criminal cases. When the government takes property from people who were involved in fraud or other crimes, those assets eventually get auctioned off. I am talking about houses, cars, jewelry, even luxury items. And because the inventory is constantly changing, it is one of those sites you want to check regularly. I have seen stories of people buying multifamily properties for a fraction of market value just because nobody else was paying attention. The fourth site is Treasury.gov, specifically the auction section. This is where you can find assets that were seized due to unpaid taxes or financial crimes. The Treasury Department is not in the business of holding on to stuff. They want to liquidate it fast, so you can often grab properties and vehicles for way under their actual value. One of the best parts is that these are federal auctions, so the assets are legitimate and the process is clean. So those are 4 websites where you can tap in today and start looking for government-seized properties and assets. You do not need to be rich to start. You just need to know where to look and how to navigate the bidding process. One of the smartest strategies is to start small. Maybe you pick up some surplus equipment from Gov Deals and flip it for a quick profit. That profit can then be rolled into a bigger play, like a vehicle or even a property down the road. And this is exactly why the network exists. When the network promotes a package, it is never random. It is always based on what is working right now and what is the fastest way for members to flip their money. These opportunities move like stocks. Sometimes the quickest flip is tied to loans. Sometimes it is phones. Sometimes it is assets like the ones we just talked about. It all depends on what is moving in the market. The network tracks the data, talks to thousands of people every single month, and knows exactly what lanes are working the fastest, so you do not have to waste time guessing. Right now, the fastest lane is the Freedom Package, and availability is limited. If you want to see if there is still a spot, you need to message the network directly on Discord. Availability is also posted daily in the Discord chat, but remember, these lanes move quick, so do not sit on it. This video is for educational purposes only, and if you need help, contact the network directly on Discord. Telegram is no longer reliable, and for daily updates, you can check Instagram at the network link. And if you want the full methods, every YouTube video has the complete breakdown inside Patreon. Right now, Patreon is only $50 per month, and anyone who locks in at that price will keep it for life, even when prices go up later. So if you want the long-form strategies and private methods, join Patreon while that rate is still available. That is going to wrap it up for today. Stay tapped in with the network, and I will catch you in the next one.